What is going on, FG3000? Back in the place to be, and welcome back to Kabam's newest game, King Arthur Legends Rise. Now, before we begin, today's video is brought to you by King Arthur Legends Rise. So if you do like what you see and you want to try out the game yourself, go down in the description, go down to my pinned comment, pre-register for the game, because you ain't gonna have to wait that long to play, because there will be an open beta on June 29th. But in the meantime, I did want to show you guys a little bit more gameplay, a little deeper in the campaign, some of the heroes I collected, the bosses, the dungeons, to give you guys an updated impression about what I think about the game thus far. So let's start off with the heroes that you can collect. Now, if you saw some of my previous coverage of King Arthur, or just any of my videos in general, you guys know FG loves a diverse cast of characters. And I gotta say, dude, I was a little worried about the King Arthur IP, and I know this is a sponsored video, I know, but I'm here to tell you, dude, I ain't worried no more. Check out my boy Ralph. Check out Ralph! Now you're like, wait a minute, FG. No, dude, Ralph is the truth. Ralph is about 5 times bigger than my healer. This is a real tank. I'll show you what he looks like here in gameplay in a minute. We also have Lancelot looking as regal as he wanna be. That is a perfect look for him. Here is Lot. Very, very cool. He's trying to avoid the camera, but I got you, baby. Paparazzi style. Very, very awesome. Here is my healer. What's her name, FG? Man, I know a few names, calm down. But my healer here looking great. And we'll go through a few more of them. Of course, the poster boy, Arthur here. Unreal Engine is just flexing at this moment. Like, dude, Arthur is looking really awesome. And look at this. This is what I was really impressed on, right? Let me show you what really impressed me. Let me show you what really impressed me. You know what I'm saying? This is a fairy in the game. Dude, so this is the thing that was really concerning. I was like, is there gonna be anything besides like dudes in armor? Yes, there are things besides dudes in armor. Very, very awesome. But if you like dudes in armor, they do a really good job. Like, look at this guy. Very, very like evil looking. This guy's pretty big too, but he ain't as big as Ralph. What'd you say, FG? Nothing. This character right over here, we're all gonna get her for free via login bonuses. She's very awesome as well. Very good for the dragon boss. Here's one of my little fencing tank waifus. Very, very cool. We'll go through a few more here. These characters you get when you first start off. So I want to show you some more that are a little bit deeper into the, like, look at this, dude. When I saw this right here, I was like, okay, I can get behind these characters 100%. And look at this one. You want to get healed by this lady? I feel like no matter what you are ailed with, she's just gonna cut it off. Like that's her solution to almost every problem, dude. Look at this guy. Really like edgy gauntlet user. And I didn't expect to see characters like this at all, dude. So far we've looked at a lot of humans, right? But not to worry, look at this. A fairy, like this is I think this is the same race as the other fairy I showed you, believe it or not. Don't ask no questions, you know what I'm saying? We'll go a little bit deeper in the roster. Here's some of my lower rarity characters. But some of the bosses that you fight require some of the skills that these rare characters possess. So just because they're rare, yeah, don't sleep on them, because they have a lot of abilities that are really, really good against bosses and things like that. Like, look at this. Did not expect to see a character like this in the King Arthur world. Very cool little shamanistic characters as well. Look at this. She got hoofs. A little hoofy waifu, you know what I'm saying? And this guy. Dude. So hopefully as the game goes along, they have a nice blend between, you know, some of the more iconic characters and some of the characters that are a little bit deeper in this universe, because that is going to be impressive. We got some undead dudes here. Look at that guy. Some man, a little timid goblin there as well. And this guy is also really good for the dragon boss as well. Look at that. 100% did not expect to see a shark dude with a horn in this game, right? So let's go ahead and jump into some combat, shall we? Now, a big portion of your gameplay is gonna come via the adventure. Currently, I'm on chapter 4, and there's about 10 chapters in all, and you can see my percentage complete on all of these chapters. Not to worry, FG is a completionist, but I gotta wait until global launch. Ain't nobody trying to get wiped, you know what I'm saying? But in this game, you can easily progress through the game just by doing the main story, but if you do wanna get those 100% runs, you need to go back and do the side stories. There are gonna be some collections here as well. So some collectibles on the map, some treasure chests, some hidden tales and things of that nature. So for completionists, people that want to get a little deeper in the lore, you can absolutely do that, but it's not required to go through the adventure. So speaking of the adventure, let's go to Adventure 4.3. Now it looks like it's going to be like node based, right? But not necessarily. The node is kind of immersed in the world, right? So you're not going to be going from node to node to node. You can actually traverse this entire map here. So at any time I can adventure throughout the map, you know, find all those hidden quests quests, those side stories that I was talking about, and the actual nodes themselves, the 4-1, 4-2, 4-3, those are all kind of like hidden in the background. They're interwoven into the map in a very, immersive way, right? So let's head on down to this next quest. It is called Two Swords, and you can see your characters will autopath directly to the location if we choose to. And what is coming out of the ground, dude? What is happening? It's huge. All right, so let's go ahead and do some gameplay. This game does follow your elemental weakness and advantage system that you guys are all familiar with. So this guy is fire. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do, I'm gonna go ahead and filter out only my water units here. You can see right here, Lot has a leadership skill. So I'm gonna put him in my number 1 slot. We gotta bring Ralph the tank, baby. We're gonna go ahead and bring some heals, and we're gonna go ahead and bring a little DPS here as well. Dude, I'm pretty far behind on power. I am considerably behind on power. I gotta do some grinding, which I'll show you here a little bit later in the video. But let's take a look at this combat, baby. The Knight of the Sun. Okay, let's see what we got. And look at how big Ralph is. Didn't I tell you Ralph was huge? Like, it is so uncommon to play a game like this where the player characters can be this oversized. Normally they're a lot smaller, you know what I'm saying? They're like the size of my little healer over here, my little cute healer with the green hood. Dude, this guy hits hard. How hard, FG? Dude, you saw? Real hard. Yeah, I might not be ready for this one just yet, but look at Ralph, dude. He's trying his best. Ralph is trying his best. This is the game on ×2 speed, and you can see there are multiple different camera angles. Oh, dude, I didn't have to beat him. It looks like I just had to, like, give him a couple scratches. Yeah. So, dude, in the story, oh, never mind. I was supposed to lose. Makes total sense. All right, that's fine. Took out a little bit of that story spoiler there. So now we're fighting this Druid Shaman. He is blue elemental type here. So, I don't actually have a really decked out green team. So what I'm going to do, check this out. We're going to go ahead and put King Arthur in my number 1 slot. He does have a leadership ability, but you're like, wait a minute, FG, your King Arthur is clearly fire. So in this game, you can actually equip different weapons, and those weapons will change your elemental type as well as your skills. And every single character in the game, every single one can change their element type, which is very, very awesome. So now we have Arthur in the place to be. We're going to bring Ralph once again. We'll go ahead and bring a heal, and we'll bring Lot in the back. Hopefully this is enough DPS. We'll have to see. All right, now time to take out my aggression on a group of mobs that I can actually defeat. Get it, Arthur. Once again, this is ×2 speed. I like it on ×2 speed a little bit more. You can change the camera angle, so if you like it at this more isometric view or more of a side view, you can do that. But I kind of like this one here instead. Look at how big Ralph is. You said that already, FG, but dude, look again. I'm just so impressed with the fact that they allowed him to be this oversized. I swear, dude, this is like not a thing that you see very often at all. He's a very awesome unit. And here's ×3, just so you can kind of see. I just think they can just move a little too fast for ×3 speed, but once again, that's an option. You can do whatever you want to do, baby. And then here's ×1 speed. Nah, we good. So it looks like I'm getting to the point here in the main story where I do need to take a break and do a little bit of grinding, build up the power of my characters, etc., etc. So let me show you a few different ways that that takes place, right? So first things first, right here in the middle of my town, I have this fountain, right? It has a little bit of idle functionality. As you're offline, you're gonna build up these EXP juices that you can use to power up your characters. This is a stamina-based game, but it does have this little bit of idle functionality interwoven as well. Now, when I wanna get some real power, what I need to do is jump on over here to the restricted area, and these are gonna house all of my little dungeon grinds, right? So far I only have 2 unlocked. So let's take a look at the power-up dungeon. Now this power-up dungeon basically drops these rare mana orbs, and these are what you're gonna be using to break through your character's level. So you hit level 10, you need some of these orbs to go to level 20. Then you need some more orbs to go to level 30, etc., etc. Now I know these look blue, and you might be thinking that they're elemental specific, but they are not. They are based on rarity, right? So this is the lowest rarity. The next one, green, is green. There's blue, and then there's going to be purple, right? So they're not tied to an actual elemental type. So if you're trying to power up your water team, you don't need specific water breakthrough materials or fire breakthrough materials. All characters, all element types use the same exact breakthrough materials. They're just based on rarity. So let's go ahead and fight the Gorgos to get a little bit of breakthrough material. So you can see here, he gets stronger and stronger as you go through these burning lands, but that's not all, right? You can see every single level, he's a different element type. So at the beginning, he's fire, then he's water, then he's green, then he's fire, fire, then he's then he's ice. So he rotates through all of the different elemental types. So you're going to be constantly having different teams depending on which one you're going to be farming at the moment. But that is not all. So when you see this boss, right? So let's let him make his little grand appearance. This is the Gorgos. So you can see he has multiple arms, right? So the creative thing that they did, so when you first fight him at his easiest level, all you do is fight him, just his body. But as he gets stronger, he adds his left arm to combat. And as he gets stronger and stronger still, he then adds his right arm to combat, obviously giving him even more abilities as you go through the difficulty levels, which I thought was a nice touch, right? Very, very cool. Now we're gonna be knocking out that left arm very first and foremost, knocking that bad boy down, and then of course defeating his body as well. Get him, Ralph! Ralph the Beast, dude. MVP Ralph. Get used to seeing that, baby. So that's the power-up dungeon, and of course you're going to be in here quite often because every single character is going to require some breakthrough materials, right? This dungeon also drops EXP juice as well, so while you're grinding for those breakthrough materials, you're also going to be getting EXP to help you power up your account as a whole. And a nice little touch that I'm glad they put here of the speed records, so you can always kind of keep track of your fastest clears. The other dungeon that I have unlocked at the moment is one of the equipment dungeons, and dude, this feels like a really good dungeon, dude. Look at this. It drops speed, health, attack, and crit. Dude, what else do you need? So let's go ahead and jump on into this one. And exactly like the other dungeon, right? He starts off fire, then he's ice, then he's wind, he's fire, wind, etc., etc. And of course he gets stronger and stronger as you move along. So let's go ahead and fight his level 2 form. And I switched out my entire cast of characters so we can get a little bit more diverse look at some of the heroes here. Look at this lady, dude. She's crazy. Oh, dude, I love the heat effect on this map. You can kind of see, you see like the heat waves coming off the ground. Very cool. Now I am playing the mobile version, but there will be a PC client at launch. Dude, can't wait for the PC client. All right, here is the dragon creeping out. So they kind of make it a little, so the very first wave is multiple dragons. So it's gonna require you to build a team that can kind of clear out that first wave with AoE and then maybe also still be good at single target, or maybe not, right? We'll have to see. But here is the dragon. And right now at this level, we're fighting the dragon and his front leg. Just one front leg right now. Down goes his front leg. Thank you for the heals. I probably didn't need to bring heals on this one. Oh, dude, she laughs like a crazy woman. Well, I mean, just look at her. She's wearing her white dress and covered in blood, so I guess that makes sense. Oh, dude, I love her. She's absolutely one of my favorite characters, clearly, right? I love a psychopath waifu, baby.
Am I reckless? I'm just confident.
So there you go, that's gonna be your gear dungeon. Obviously it drops gear, and it also drops some enhancement stones as well to upgrade and enhance your gear. I like the fact that these dungeons kind of serve two purposes, right? So the first dungeon is upgrade materials as well as EXP. The equipment dungeon is equipment and the enhanced stones that you need to upgrade the equipment. Very nice. So I'm still unlocking gameplay. I'm definitely nowhere near unlocking everything in the game just yet. All of my buildings are still level 1, as you guys can see here. I did make a clan, it's called Gamers! So Here in the clan, there is a clan boss that you can fight called the Shadow of Veiled Evil, but unfortunately it starts in about 8 hours, dude, sorry. But that's that, and there are gonna be some clan missions, right? Just basically play the game, you're gonna get rewards that can help out the clan, very straightforward, and there are also some group missions as well. Win an arena, use a clan hero, dismantle equipment, etc, etc. So now let's finish the video off as we always do with a nice little summon session. Another little quality of life that I definitely appreciate is not having to wait until I have 10 summons to do a multi-pull, right? So if you have like 7, you can do a 7 multi-pull or a 2. So let that full summon animation play out. I'm holding it. I'm holding it. Oh, I'm gonna let it go. Another one of these types of videos, MG. Yeah, man. Nah. All right. Rolo. Beborn. And let's do another 3 pull on the normal summon banner as well. We'll just skip through the animation. Well, no, we won't. All right, yeah, we will. All right, so this is what I want to show you, right? So this is a fragment of a halberd for that character. And then this one is another fragment of a wand. Now, let me show you how this works, because I know some of you guys out there are like, wait a minute, FG. There's a fragment weapon system? Yes and no, yes and no. So if we go over here to my main man, Ralph, right? So remember what I told you guys earlier in the video? You can change your element at any time. So check this out. If I want to change Ralph into a fire type, I need to collect at least 8 more of his fragments that you can see here. Once I collect those 8 fragments, I can then summon his fire weapon. And then from that point on, I can change Ralph into a fire type. And the same exact thing applies to wind. So once I start getting these Daybreak Gales, once I get 10, I summon that, and then I can start using him as a wind type as needed. And like I mentioned a little bit earlier, all of these different element types come with different skills as well. So when you're doing summons and you're seeing fragments, that is what that system is. And then last but not least, as we end this video off, a nice little quality of life when it comes to auto equip. I like this a lot. So with these auto equip settings, what I can do is say, you know what, Ralph, I need you to have a health set, and I need to make sure that that health set has a little bit of HP percentage, right? And then I can hit okay, and then it will automatically try to find all the gear that fits that. Very, very nice. I'm liking the fact that auto equip is getting smarter and smarter in these games. So that will do it. Once again, thank you so much to Kabam for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to go down in the pinned comment, go down in the description, pre-register for the game. And like I mentioned earlier, there will be an open beta starting on June 28th, and I'll see you there. Once again, my name is FG3000, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out.